Okay, we're just finishing up here on the last pass. Maybe the last pass. I'm gonna go over and clean it up a smidge. That's when we go over to your fingers. Going over just to clean it up. Take a peek. Now you can see what I was up to here. This is a better view if you watched my previous video. What I tried to do is take off the arc on there and make the crank perfectly round. This gets rid of a whole bunch of weight, inertial weight. Makes the crank smaller, takes the outside of the crank, and since it's smaller in diameter, it slows down the feet per second it's traveling. Fixes some oil windage problems. And I think I like this particular crank, so I'm going to turn it down a smidge farther. I'm going to turn this down to a 1010 crank and drop this in a motor and see how many RPMs we can turn before it blows apart. No, I'm kidding. We haven't really weakened it at all because we haven't really gotten to the webbing yet. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. But, yeah, it's a good place to start. We're going to build a super lightweight crank here. At some point I'm going to cut the counterweights off of it and run that. But there's different ways to do this, and to cut the counterweights off and use a super heavy material and weld it in here. We can change this whole counterweight to a little tiny thing on here, and for windage. But there's a windage train in Geo Metro oil pan, so it's not too terribly important. But I'm building this particular crank to run in a little Geo race car.